Hello, everyone. So in this part of the video where we're learning data series using Pandas, we're going to be talking about extracting elements or accessing elements from your data series, but based on a certain condition. We have already learned how to access elements of a data series using a positional index or labeled index, correct? Here, we're talking about accessing or extracting elements of a data series, but based on conditions. What if I have a condition? What if I want to see records that meet a particular condition? How do we do all that is what we are going to see in this video. Okay, so let's get started. Now it says consider a data series. Obviously for accessing or for extraction of element, I need a data series existing with me. So I have created a data series named sales. Okay, the elements or the values of the data series are the first parameter that you have given. That's a list of values, which is 100, 300, 200, 350, 450, 100, and 250. Okay. And the indexes, now I've given a labeled index here. The indexes for each of this is Rohit, Pooja, Tara, and Abdul, and Mariam, and Amit. Okay, so here let me assume this series is talking about the names of the salesmen as the labeled index and the sales that they have made as the value of the data series. So if I'm going to be printing this series, this is what you are going to see. And there is nothing new about this. This is just talking about creating a series using a list, and you're giving a labeled index, which we have learned in our first video itself. Okay, now let's talk about how do I extract. So I'll be using this series always for all the next examples. How do I extract only certain values from the series, which is not based on position or labeled index, but based on certain conditions. Okay, so what if I have to display the series where the values of sales is below 100? Below 100 means what? Now in this one, I'm only talking about Rohit. I'm talking about Mariam. Okay, so I'm talking about only these two people because their sales is below 100. Then how do I access these elements? Okay, let me come back to how did we access elements using labeled or positional index. We would write the name of the, what you say, the series, and in quotes, we would give the named label. Okay, and if I said print sales, square bracket and quotes Rohit, I would get Rohit sales displayed, or I could have also written sales square bracket 0, that means positional index 0, it would mean the same. We also learned that we could do slicing. I could write Rohit colon Abdul. So everything from Rohit to Abdul. These were not condition based. They were just accessing elements of the data series. Here we're talking about how to access elements condition based. And how do I write the condition? I write print sales because sales is the name of the data series. Now pay attention to what is written in the bracket. In the bracket, you specify the condition. What is the condition? That remember the values are 100, 200, 300, whatever that's stored in the data series called sales. So I write sales below 200. So I'm talking about the values in the series named as sales where it is below 200. So below 200, like we said, I should only be seeing Rohit and Mariam, and that's my output. It's Rohit and Mariam. Is that clear? Okay, so this is one condition. What if you have more than one condition? We have learned that when we have more than one condition, we need to be, joining both the conditions, either by using the AND operator or the OR operator. Now, how do we write AND and OR in Pandas or in NumPy is similar, not like what we write in Python. In Python, we write AND or we write OR. But if you remember in NumPy, we used certain symbols, which you're going to see in the next slide. Okay, so I have the next slide. The question here says that I need to be displaying the sales between a certain range, that is between 200 and 400. So then how do I go about? So that means you agree with me that you have a condition that it has to be greater than or equal to 200. At the same time, you have another condition which says less than or equal to 400. So there are two conditions. Now these two conditions have to be joined together. And how do you join together? By using the AND operator here. And in NumPy also we learned while extracting a condition based that the AND operator is the ampersand sign. So I hope you see the ampersand sign here. Another important thing that we have learned in NumPy, I'm repeating here, when we have more than one condition, then each condition, can you see here, is it in a bracket, a round bracket or parenthesis? Each condition should be specified in parentheses. So I wrote sales greater than or equal to 200 and sales less than or equal to 400. And is the single ampersand sign. And accessing, we know that we have to write the name of the series and the square bracket. You remember, if I wanted Rohit's data, what did we write? Sales in square bracket Rohit. So whatever you need, you have to write it within square brackets. But here it's a condition. So you're writing the condition within square brackets, but multiple conditions. So you need the bracket. So here we see the output. Now, okay, who are the people who are going to be between 200 and 400? Whom do you expect? Pooja, Tara, and Amit, correct? So we see Pooja, Tara, and Amit. Okay, this is about the AND operator. What if you wanted to use the OR operator? For those of you who have forgotten the symbol, so this represents the AND operator. Okay. If you want to represent the OR operator, it was a pipe sign. So this is your OR operator. Now you might wonder, where do I locate the OR operator? On your keyboard, it will be somewhere close to the enter sign symbol. Okay, then you have the NOT operator also. Okay, that's the tilde sign, NOT operator. And if you look at where to find the NOT operator, you will find the NOT operator next to the numeric buttons on your keyboard. Okay, so if you had to use an OR operator, you wanted, suppose, people whose sales are either 100 or 200. So what would my condition be? Sales equals 100. And because I have two, conditions, or sales equals 200. This is just the condition, and the condition I have to put a square bracket and the name of the data series. Is that clear? So you could be writing any conditions given in the question. Only thing you need to remember here is that AND is represented by ampersand sign, OR is represented by a pipe sign, and NOT is represented by a tilde sign. Where could I use a NOT operator? I want to talk about people whose whose sales is anything other than 200. Okay, so I could write tilde sales equals 200. Okay, so what does that mean? That I'm talking about sales equals 200. Not of sales equals 200 would mean anybody who has sales other than 200. Okay, and this would be the name of the series. But now some people must be wondering, but why use that tilde sign, the NOT operator? Can't I even write this? Sales square bracket sales not equal to 200. Yes, you could even make use of this. We have learned this when we learned, in 11th standard about these operators, that the NOT operator, which is a logical operator, could be, replaced by the not equal to operator, which is your relational operator. Is that clear? Okay. Now, I would want to also show you one interesting example where I made use of a function to access the elements. Okay, so let's just go to that. Now I say to display the name of the salesman with maximum sales. So I want somebody who's with the maximum sales. Now to find the maximum sales, we have learned in our previous videos where we learned, statistical functions. We had learned a function called max. I'm going to be making use of that. Okay, so just pay attention how I have used it. Okay, and very easy to understand. This part what would it do? It would go find in the series, which is the maximum sales. Here the maximum sales is 450. So this evaluates to 450, correct? Now read this statement. What does it say? Sales equals 450. That means someone whose sales is 450, which means someone who is with the maximum sales. And in this example, we should be only seeing Abdul's name here. So let's just look at it. So we have Abdul's name there. Is that clear? So I hope you have understood. When you read a question, only thing is, remember, how do you extract? You write the name of the, what you say, your series. You write the name of your series, sales. In square bracket, you could specify any condition. Your condition could be making use of the functions that we have also learned. Is that clear? And remember, and is represented by the ampersand sign, or is represented by the pipe sign, and not is represented by the tilde sign. Okay, so if you have more than one condition, make use of the and or the or according to the question. Now, if you'll have done MySQL, you exactly know where to use and or. Another important thing that is important, otherwise you get an error, that when you're using the and the or operator, it definitely means you have more than one condition. So when you have more than one condition, you need to be putting every condition in a parenthesis. Parenthesis means a round bracket. Is that clear? So I hope everything is clear. And with this, we're coming to the end of the chapter. Okay, so I hope this chapter is thorough and you are all ready to get maximum marks in this chapter. Okay, bye. See you in the next chapter.